Daniel Penny was found not guilty, which is it's amazing considering how this whole thing started and how it seemed honestly like from the beginning I'm like this guy's going to spend the rest of his life behind bars. He's going to get the book's going to be thrown at him and everything because it's New York City and the jury. There's no way that they're going to acquit him, but they did because the evidence led to that conclusion that he was acting in a way that was, to the benefit of public safety. He wasn't out there to just kill someone for the sake of killing someone. Jordan Neely was a troubled individual that had serious problems, and it's unfortunate that he died. Right? There's no celebration there. There's nothing like that. But it's just like Kyle Rittenhouse killing, with that whole situation. It's like, yeah, but if you look at it's not great that someone died, but if you look into the context of it and everything else, it was a justified shooting just because the person was not a police officer. It's like a weird thing how, especially like people in the left, are so they hate vigilante justice when it comes to a bystander defending either themselves or another member of the public. They're like only the police should be able to do that, but they're the same people that say the police are like the most corrupt people and you can't trust them and all that stuff. Of course, with the United Healthcare shooting, that's different, obviously, because a billionaire, or he wasn't even a billionaire, but he was a multimillionaire, and he definitely profited off of the suffering of other people. A lot are not shedding tears over that situation, which I understand. I've made a video about that. It's not just the left, though. There's a lot of right-wingers that feel the same way about Brian Thompson. But in terms of Daniel Penny, yeah, most of the left is definitely not happy with this situation. But there's some liberals that actually did say it was actually he was acting in the best interest of the public, and he wasn't just a cold-blooded murderer like a lot of people made him out to be. So, great outcome. I think it's just justice has been served. Not all the time does justice get served, but I think in this case it was. And I saw a thing about the father suing him now, so there's going to be probably like a civil lawsuit, and you never know how that goes because like with the whole O.J. Simpson thing, they found him not guilty. I mean, he did it, obviously, so it's a bit of a different situation where, he was acquitted of a murder that he committed, and it was just a straight-up savage murder of two people, right? But they said in a civil suit that he was liable, and he had to, pay every fucking dime that he had to the Goldman family and to the family of Nicole Simpson. So I found that strange. It's like, that you can do that you could be found not guilty in the court of a law in terms of a specific crime, but civilly they can still get you and they can take everything that you have, which I don't think is justice. And hopefully it doesn't come to that in the case of Daniel Penny. But we'll see what happens when it comes to that. But at least he's not going to spend the rest of his life in bars, and he's not going to or spend a considerable amount of time behind bars. He's a free man now. We'll see what happens. In terms of what he decides to do going forward. It's really hard. It's the thing that people don't really talk about when it comes to situations like this, where it's high profile and you're vilified by a lot of people in society. And it's this huge, you're almost like a celebrity, but not in a good way. How do you live a normal life, going forward? How do you move on and do all these different things? Kyle Rittenhouse obviously became kind of like a public speaker, and other people, they kind of use their fame to try to do something with that, because you can't just be a normal fucking employee, of just a regular job, in that case. And that's with good people, and it's also with bad people. I wonder what's going on with Brock Turner these days, that fucking piece of shit. So I wonder with a lot of these people from with these high profile situations, and they're not in jail and they're free and all these different things. But yeah, let me know overall what you think about Daniel Penny and Jordan Neely and that whole situation. And do you think that the correct verdict was reached?